Imagine standing on a vast green landscape 74,000 years ago. Suddenly, the ground beneath your feet begins to vibrate violently. A low, deafening roar echoes from the horizon, louder than any thunder you have ever heard. In an instant, the earth rips wide open in modern-day Sumatra. This is the Toba supervolcanic eruption, a planetary catastrophe so massive it defies imagination. Billions of tons of molten rock, blinding fire, and toxic ash blast straight into the sky, punching through the atmosphere. The shockwave shatters trees for thousands of miles. Within hours, a colossal pitch-black wall of ash rolls across the sky, swallowing the sun and plunging the entire Indian Ocean region into absolute, terrifying darkness. The immediate blast was only the beginning. The real nightmare was what this eruption did to the entire planet's atmosphere. The sky didn't just clear up after a few days. The billions of tons of sulfur dioxide blasted into the stratosphere formed a massive global shield that blocked out sunlight entirely. This triggered a brutal volcanic winter that lasted for nearly a decade. Imagine a world where summer never arrived. Temperatures plummeted globally, turning tropical regions into freezing, barren landscapes. Acid rain poured from the dark skies, scorching vegetation and turning clean rivers toxic. The plants died, the herbivores starved, and ancient humans found themselves trapped in a freezing, dying world where even breathing the air felt like inhaling dust. This global catastrophe brought humanity to the absolute edge of complete annihilation. As ecosystems collapsed, finding food became mathematically impossible in most parts of the world. Historical and genetic data shows that the global human population plummeted drastically, crashing down to just a few thousand individuals on the entire planet. This was a genetic bottleneck, a moment where our entire species could have vanished forever in a single generation. Small bands of humans were completely isolated from one another, scattered across vast, freezing continents. Every single day was a battle against starvation, hypothermia, and despair. Humanity was down to its final few thousand breaths. To survive this global apocalypse, humans had to completely reinvent their existence. With the open plains frozen and lifeless, they retreated deep into the only shelters that offered stability: underground cave networks. Inside these stone sanctuaries, fire was no longer just a tool for cooking. It was their absolute lifeline. They had to maintain a central flame 24/7, guarding it against the damp, freezing air outside. Survival required extreme, calculated discipline. They learned to track the absolute deepest underground routes for moisture and adapt their vision to hunt in a permanent, ash-filled twilight. The cave became a fortress where human intelligence was tested against the wrath of a dying planet. The volcanic winter lasted for years, but the humans inside the caves refused to let the flame of consciousness go out. They shared every scrap of food, protected the collective children of the tribe, and passed down critical survival strategies through language and stories. And then, slowly, the atmosphere cleared. The sun finally broke through the thinning layer of ash, illuminating a completely reshaped raw planet. When those few thousand survivors finally stepped out of the dark caves and back into the sunlight, they were no longer the same. The intense crucible of the Toba catastrophe had forced them to become hyper-resilient, deeply cooperative, and highly intelligent. We are the direct descendants of those few thousand people who refused to die in the dark.